Time?
Stand for a pledge of allegiance.
Yeah, it is time.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I call the meeting to order.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for today, August 13th.
I'll second that. All in favor?
I
Motion passed.
also make a motion to approve the minutes for August 6th, 2024.
And I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's attended, please.
Okay, I got some stuff back from the power wash people on the propane tank. There's that Extreme Pro Wash, Jeff, Extreme Pro Wash out of Muscatine. You can see there it's between 1,000 and 1,200 to power wash the propane tank and strip it completely and get chipped paint, and the vast majority said 95%, which I think is probably okay. After that's done, then I'll call Blue Flame. She said she had a specific paint that they used.
Where are we paying for this? What part of our budget do we have? Because I looked last week and I got that out in the truck. We're 22,000 of our, so far we're building out of 30,000 spent at the complex. So
Wait till I hit you with the roof repair. This is cheap. And I think we need to discuss the roofing, but that'll be next. Maintenance, what do we got in our maintenance part of it for the complex? Because this would be complex related, the other one's jail related. What do we have in that budget? Because I don't have my book.
It was, I think, like 35,000 for one and 30,000 for the
And what
other.
we spent, how much?
22,
I think it was like 10, I think there was 22 left.
22 left. Okay.
22 left.
Already.
Well, we got, we're in that,
1st of August.
yeah, right. We're 2 months in.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know this stuff needs it, but we have nothing budgeted, and that's what we gotta have to figure something out, prolong it another year, or to get it in a budget, or we have to come up with something like that roof. I know that's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, well, that'll be next.
I don't know, we just gotta figure it out.
No one ever foresees maintenance costs. We got the roof done on the complex. That was the major thing to stop the leaks. Short of a furnace blowing up, I don't foresee too many things going sideways.
I think we're in pretty good shape.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think they got the electric, when we get down the hallway of all the piping and got all that resolved last year. I think we should probably move forward on the propane repair and at least get that resolved. If something goes sideways on the propane tank, we got a problem.
Yeah.
They still complain about a leak, but I'm not sure if it's a leak or if it's just off gassing. I don't know.
Who do you buy propane from?
We've bid every year, from local, from
Yeah, I think the
Blue
last
Flame or
Elevator.
And this, it's been a while. This, what size tank is it?
10,000.
10,000, okay.
yeah, it's a monster.
Alright, at first I thought $1,000 to wash and paint a
Uh,
propane tank is
and it's up on,
ridiculous.
it's 4 or 5 foot concrete pillars.
Yeah, I remember now.
It's
It might be at 5,000.
it looks like
Hold the transport.
it looks like a submarine. On the
Yeah, I
concrete.
remember.
I think it's 10. But
They're gonna have to do it with a lift or a ladder or something.
we might have to look at different funding, that we can pull out of that we have. But
Yeah,
we don't have nothing in the budget for this.
yeah.
What else you have?
Well, that'll be on the a little farther down. I also have an estimate here from Evolve, but that'll be a little farther down. We'll talk about that. We had a counter conservation meeting yesterday. Kind of business as usual. Langwood had some maintenance done last month. Virginia Grove and Chickapin decks are both done, with the exception of painting and staining. The construction part's done. The Snively campground, the south side is open. The north side's still a little muddy, so they don't have it opened yet, but they have planned to have that opened up before Labor Day weekend. And then they're planning a Halloween hike at Virginia Grove. We're gonna do free camping. And as long as you're there to hand out candy, and so they're gonna try that, see how well that works out. I brought them up to speed on their solar project. And then there was some discussion about who's mowing and trimming what, so I had to put my referee shirt on there and try to figure all that out.
Do you mean the complex?
Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday I welcomed Mariette Miller Meeks to town, went and attended her meeting and talked to her for an hour or so. Somewhat informative. Tonight is early childhood, so I think that's all I have this time.
Chris is in Canada, so I don't know what he had. I had bidding on that LP gas, getting bids out for that for this heating season coming on. We bid with Blue Flame and Farmers Elevator.
Do we know how much is in it right now?
46%, I think, last time I looked at it.
Okay.
That was at we had 911 meeting.
All right.
We had a special meeting Wednesday. We had several trying to get bids on the back wall of the transfer station. We placed that concrete, we're gonna get metal to put over for longevity.
It looks a lot nicer out there.
Yeah.
I was a little worried about that back wall until they did that. It looks a lot better.
Yeah, it's pretty thick,
Yeah.
32 inches.
I didn't think they'd get through the last one, but they did.
Yeah. We have working on trying to get the financing. We're gonna get a new trailer for the transfer station. That will give us 2 Mack trailers, so longevity that ought to give us 7 years per trailer. And we're looking at financing it to keep our accounts. We're about 140,000 in our checking account. We got 100,000 in a CD, so I think that's what we're at. We're close, and so we're doing good, but we don't want to enter cash. The trailer's 115,000, so so we're working on getting bids of that. Other than that, I think there's one other thing I can't.
You have a pigeon problem out there too, man.
We do have a pigeon problem, rats with wings.
Wow.
But we do keep it cleaned up. So I don't know, it's not because it's dirty, it's tracking them, it's just, yeah, it's a place
Place to
inside.
go.
Yeah. I think that's everything, something else comes up with you.
Good.
Okay, payroll changes, I'll hand them over to you. There is a few, 3, I think. Public input. What do we have today?
I think Adam and Al Molenberg are gonna meet with the DOT at 11 o'clock today. And see if they can't get the K road open.
That'd be nice.
And if they don't have any luck, will the supervisors will you guys be calling the engineer to see if they can get something done about it?
You talking about upper at the end?
Through the harvest, they would like to get it opened up. Al's got tons and tons of facts and figures on the vehicles, the travel over it. And he's gonna share that with the DOT. Probably won't get anywhere because there'll be no decision makers there today, but will you guys get behind him and see if you can push that a little bit harder?
Are you talking just the K road or do you
Yeah.
want the whole 99 going down to?
K Road, the
Okay.
bridge will be open.
Because
Not Oakville, the end of September, that's the word on that.
Okay.
So
I haven't heard that one. That's the main one to get them over to the elevator.
that's the one on K that they got on 99 they're replacing.
Right.
And they're saying that'll be open in September, but,
As far as I knew, the K road was due to open up first part of September,
they've changed that. I think Adam said they changed that back in October, but,
October 1st.
no, I think they did October.
See,
got
that-
99 a date on 99 September.
I've heard the end of September is just what we heard
Yeah.
from that recently, so.
Because that's where the majority of the corn traffic's going down.
Well, a lot of it goes to Meekers too,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
and, but anyway, that's,
Nope, once we get the
Yeah.
accurate information, sound like there's a lot of stories floating around. but-
no, I don't think these are stories, but,
Well, some of them might be because the whole idea of closing that down there was to get that overpass built and we're supposed to open back up for September. And now it's got to
the
change.
overpass isn't gonna be done for quite a while. It takes
I know.
quite a few.
But they're
months
hauling
for
dirt
that.
across, that's why it's gonna close it.
Right, but they need
Don't
to,
speak.
oh, sorry.
And then they was gonna close it down and open it back up all because there's traffic going over to building embankments on both sides. And then they was gonna open it back up. They're not gonna alternate the route or anything I heard this year, but they are gonna move it out. That's the last I heard, so.
We know for a fact that there's 1,000 trucks will be going over that road one way. September and October, that's a fact from the people that,
Yeah.
where they unload. Plus all the other stuff that goes to Meekers, that doesn't.
We're
count
here
that
for the
stuff.
people, so if it's something we can do,
Yeah, well, I think you guys need to, if they don't have any luck, you guys need to get on the horn and talk to the engineer and put some pressure on, but.
we'll put pressure, but if they're not ready, they won't open early. I'm just saying.
DOT kind of does what DOT when it does. When we can do what we can.
Well, anyway, that's
I'm
what's
not
going
the
on
boss.
at 11 o'clock this morning.
We'll
We
do what
will
we can.
do what we can.
Yeah.
Yep.
But don't expect us to change it, their decision at the time. I want you to be disappointed. I've been disappointed with them many times before. Anybody else? Good. Brandon, you got anything?
No, just for the road, the jail.
Okay, I don't think we have anybody online.
No,
Kurt, you in?
thanks.
Got a liquor license too, if you want.
Yep, we can do that. I got it right here.
I will make a motion to approve the liquor license for Dee's Thirsty Camel.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Yeah.
Okay, we looked in on the fireworks, there's a fireworks permit here also too. If they have professional trained, how do you put that in an email? Fireworks. Specialist, I guess. They
You
can
gotta
do,
go through a course.
you gotta go through a course for lighting off on the event times, besides what the state has set for people that has. Homeowners, fireworks.
That's
light
how
'em
J
off.
and M can set them off
Yes,
any other time.
so we did get that.
Okay, and they have that? Is there how do we know that they have that?
Way it was said.
Well, this is J and M's in charge, but,
Let me, yeah, cause J and M is
Yeah.
doing it,
okay.
so, and,
But if somebody else has the qualifications and it's not
they
them,
gotta bring their certificate in. I was
Okay.
gonna read here what Adam. Did he send it to you?
I didn't get it, no.
And what he sent. Fireworks permits.
Should we put that in writing on this form
It
somehow?
needs to be.
So you're saying you can get a fireworks permit, if you jump through the hoops.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
not a dead set thing.
Right.
You can't.
you gotta be certified or hire somebody that is certified to set off those fireworks. And I think J&M actually puts on those courses. You can go down and attend their courses.
Okay, this is from Adam, sent back, because you remember last week or 2 weeks ago, we had to turn one down, and that
Yeah.
was correct. But he also got looking into it. I was recently asked to look into a fireworks permit that could be granted for August, a time outside the allowed display period for consumer fireworks consumers. Was important. I answered that it could not. Today I was asked if a permit could be granted for display fireworks by a group with a competent operator of fireworks. Yes, a permit may be granted for the display of fireworks by municipals, fair associations, amusement parks, and other organizations or groups or individuals approved by the Board of Supervisors, as long as the display fireworks will be handled by a competent operator, and the permit of being requested by an organization or group. Competent operator should be identified on the application for permit. And they have J&M on that one there, so.
Yep.
That's the rules, so. I have a motion,
I'll make the motion to approve the Conesville Event Grounds fireworks permit.
okay, and
August 31st, Saturday, August 31st.
And I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed. Okay. I also sent you got a copy of your review and right now the end report.
Mhm.
You want to do number 10? Please.
Sure. I have a quote here from a local contractor, to repair the roof at the jail. It exceeds our authority before we can bid. So I'm not gonna divulge the number. At this point, we're gonna have to go out and get bids. Cause our threshold's $5,000, so, I need to contact some other people to get that done. Hate to tell you that, but he did let me know that it's mostly caulking issues. They relied on caulking for it to, which you shouldn't, but they did. And, so I gotta contact some other contractors, and I just got this morning at 7:45. So,
Oh, can you help?
yeah, I'm gonna have to make a couple phone calls or we put it out for active bid, which we can do. I'm just trying to get this done before winter. And we're quickly running out of time.
Yeah, because we'll have to put it out in the paper.
Okay,
We got the
We have
good
to.
dates.
let's do it. All right, I'll try to work up some kind of a spec. So we can get that in the paper. I'll get it to you hopefully by the end of the week.
Okay.
All right. So they're gonna have to put that on the back burner here for just a little while.
Okay.
As much as I hate to do that.
You want to talk about the propane tank?
Sure, so you got the copy of repair, well, the cleaning of the propane tank. Doing 1,000 to 1,200, that's under our threshold, so we have the authority to go ahead and move forward if we so choose to do that. After that, I have to call Blue Flame. They said they have a specific paint that's not on epoxy, but it's a 2-part type paint that is quite tenacious, they said, so. It resists algae and all that other contaminants. I guess the question that you brought up was how we're gonna pay for it, and that's a very, very good question.
You have an idea what the paint's gonna.
Not on the labor, but the total amount of paint, you're probably looking at the same amount of money for paint. Another $1,000 for paint. So,
2 to 3.
right. I think total combined, we're still under our threshold easily enough, but we'll have to discuss. If we hire somebody to do it or how we're gonna handle that. And who that's gonna be.
Any county employees want some overtime? Cheaper than hiring it out.
You roll it on. They said it's not hard. It's like they did our water tank here in town. They used to roll it on that whole thing.
I was surprised to hear that it was a 2-part epoxy style. I used to work the elevator and every now and then when we got slow, we would go around and repaint people's tanks. And it was just it wasn't 2-part and it was specifically for LP tanks.
I don't think it's hard. The only hard part about this is it's up 5 feet off the ground. So it's not that it's difficult, it's just. Not your little typical one sitting beside the
Right.
house. But we could put that out for bid too. Say we've got the material, those that wanna bid on rolling, putting on a propane tank, submit your bid. There might be some people out there that wanna take an extension ladder and. Make some money. It's not hard. But our first
Or
order,
volunteers.
yeah, our first order of business here is to get it clean and.
Right.
And inspected, I would assume.
Are they still smelling gas out there? We need to get that.
Yeah.
Before we do anything, yeah, that's what I'm worried about. You start scraping it all off it.
Yeah, but it might reveal where the leak is. Because we've had people out there trying to repair this leak
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is.
a year or two ago. And
We're paying it.
Yeah.
yeah, right, no, I agree. You get a bunch of water on it, it could reveal where the leak's at.
You think if you had a gas sniffer that you could find it?
You would think so. The last company said they had it fixed.
Kind of used to work for us, how we found leaks,
I can use my own nose to tell you that I could still smell it.
but this would pinpoint it right down. Then we got a listening device, could tell if it's, you could hear it. See where it's coming from.
I'm more familiar with household style, but we always use gauges.
Check it with a lighter,
Well, you could always do that, but it was nice knowing you.
you'd find it.
Yeah. But gauges, I mean, we would measure things down to, I mean, you wouldn't be able to hear, feel, you wouldn't know anything. That it was leaking, but you just watch the gauge move and it's leaking, so.
I'd like to move
I would think
forward
your
with
gas provider, whoever you're buying gas from, would go out and do a leak
check, we check.
Yeah,
and they say, okay.
both of them, I think.
Yeah, they said it was fixed, but
Maybe just a release now. Letting some off.
Yeah.
But you know, it happened when it was 90-some degrees, it happened when it was 60-some degrees.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't think it mattered.
The bottom line is we're losing gas.
I think, definitely think so.
I do too.
You know,
I'd like to move forward with at least the cleaning of it and the first step. You take it out of the maintenance budget and hopefully nothing else blows up. No pun intended.
Anything else on that?
No.
Adam, please, county update.
Okay. Work crews, have been working on the tank car project out there at, on Hewitt's Bridge. They've got the cars on the ground, everything's backfilled, we're working on concrete head walls so to speak, and hopefully get that done for what it allows, and then, do some cleanup and get the riprap and get it heated down, so. Hopefully, middle of next week, if things go good, we'll be out there and on to the next things. To be patching there on H22, and we're gonna do a little work at campers. And we're gonna do some mowing and wading and rock hauling and things like that, so. Nothing too crazy going on out there right now.
working on a design project. I got an email from the local roads engineer, and the DOT, I don't know, a couple of months ago, asking for any counties that had bridges about 50 foot long that were on this qualifying bridge list that put out by the DOT. They're doing a bridge grant deal. And so I put in for that, just really free to do. So we've been selected to be on the list of bridges that get submitted to the feds. And if we get that, we'll have a bridge project. So I had Mike and Justin out surveying that. But they're also spraying now, so they're staying busy. We did put in for a grant with the Iowa Roadside Trust for some new spraying equipment. So we got a grant for $15,000 to buy new spraying heads and things like that. Along the way somewhere, we'll need to get a truck for that and working on some things there. So the goal of that operation would be to make our spraying a lot safer, because pretty much now we have a guy holding his arm out the window with spray. And I mean, it works, but you get the blowback and you get guys holding their hands out the door and all that. It's kind of great. So I'm working on some things there in the office on that. Plans are off to the DOT for the asphalt work. So regular operations, I guess. So
Didn't we talk about this sprayer thing like last year or something?
yeah, we talked about it, I think, back during budgetary period, and kind of things were tighter then, so I took it out and we went the grant route and got a grant for part of it. And I'm hoping once we get up to construction, I'll have some money that wasn't spent on that we can maybe put into some of the equipment here and get that. And the goal would be so that like next year when we're doing asphalt paving, right, and Mike and Justin and I are busy, that I can just have one of them do spraying, so we can keep that going. Because we used to spend, well, what was our last spraying quote, Brad? Was it 50,000?
Well, it was going up to 75. when we
Yeah.
Decided to go our own route.
So we decided to do that internally. And you know what last year cost us 18,000, I think,
Right.
in chemical and manpower. And that's a great savings, but we're also tying up our manpower. So
I knew we talked about it.
Yeah.
I didn't
yeah, so
where we were at on that.
You remind me again what you got for that grant for that last.
the sprayer itself is 18,000. We got 15,000 for it. So we have enough to buy the sprayer, but it's so our
Good unit, right?
yeah. So our spraying truck now is early 90s F450 diesel. I mean it runs, but it has no safety lights, no control or anything on that. So and I'm looking to figure out what kind of chassis would haul that, and also thinking that we could also use it, once we get parts of 51, we're gonna need a little more snow plow ability, and maybe we can throw a plow on that, and we can also use it to haul around other equipment as well. So it'd be a jack of all trades thing. So just got the grant notification like last Thursday, so we're working on it now. So at 11, I'm gonna go out and meet with the DOT on the Highway 61 project. I talked to the resident construction engineer
about, our displeasure that the closure is gonna last a lot longer than what we originally were told. If you recall, we were told in May that the closure would go from. After the 4th of July through the middle of September. And, my understanding is the contract that the contractor has to move all the dirt for the project. It doesn't have any guidance or any hard things that they have to have the road open by a certain amount of days. In fact, it looks like they could possibly stay within contract and have that thing closed for the winter. Oh, possibly.
And that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that isn't going to work well. Obviously we're gonna have harvest, we're gonna have back to school, eventually it's gonna snow. You've always got your grain in and out and local morning sun back and forth and leakers and all that. I mean, this isn't a good situation. So,
Because they don't do a whole lot during the winter anyway, so
yeah,
they need that.
so,
Do what you can to.
yeah, I've heard from a concerned citizen, I don't know if he's online now, but, it's a big deal. I've talked to the DOT and their hands are kind of tied, but maybe we'll talk to some people in person and see if there's something that can be done here, so.
Well, the purpose of the lights was to keep it open as long as possible, so I don't understand why they're not when they're not working, we can't utilize that road system and then use the lights for safety.
The reason I've been told it's closed is because they originally closed it to put those pipes under the road, right?
Yeah.
But
You're done, right?
the pipes are in the ground and there's rock back over there.
Right.
But it isn't paved open. And apparently, according to the DOT people I've talked to, there's nothing that says that they have to finish it. They can, you've got 270 working days or whatever it is, right? There's nothing to say that it has to be done. It has to be paved and back open. So, I'm gonna express to them, that this is a problem for us. It's not what we were told to expect and all that, so we'll see.
Well, we'll see how your meeting comes out. If not, we'll get a Bob.
I did email, Bob and Steve, about it.
Cause I think Bob will change it.
So, yeah, so.
Okay.
Anyway.
Good luck.
This isn't our project, there's no, well, you know what I'm saying, there's no, we allowed it to happen, they just do it, and so.
Gotta be accountability.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anything else?
Yeah, any questions out there for me or anything along?
I don't have any.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Here we got two. We're just going to wait around.
Yeah, that 8%.
Leah's.
Yeah, she's out of the office today, so we'll have to.
So Kurt's another one.
Are we gonna do any sort of approval on 11 or? What do you want to do?
Well, what I'd like to do is find out where we're gonna get their money. See what funds we have that we can pull out of that we have.
There was like 30,000, I think, in the maintenance in the jail, and then there was like 35 in the other one, so it's a matter of. That one's only $1,000, so we should pull it from one of those.
That should come out of complex maintenance itself, not anything to do with the jail or anything like
So I
that.
think that would be.
Or half and half, because the propane runs on both of them.
But I think they're gonna be really short this year. They gotta fix a lot of the damage caused by this roof. leaking, so I'm like, I'd rather, let's go complex,
It's fine,
that's our. Dig, what do you think?
that's fine.
That's, that way if we go over, it's our, that's.
So do we need approval?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion to accept Extreme Power Wash estimate to blast the propane tank not to exceed 1,200. That okay?
Yep.
If it comes in less, that'd be great.
And then you got a start date and when you're gonna hold them.
I will. I don't have that. I just told them
Okay.
that I would bring it up at this meeting and try to get approval, so.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye. Motion passed.
okay, I'll contact him today.
I'll go out there again. I don't know if I don't have anything. I do have a, don't pick it up, but we need to figure out whether the leaks at, get that repaired at that point before we paint.
Yeah, I agree. I think once we get it blasted, I think we
Let me talk to Matt
better.
at the elevator and see what they can do for us. Because they got the contract this year of gas. Let's see if they can do repairs, get somebody in.
They're already there once.
Yeah, but maybe we give them
Okay.
a chance.
I'm not opposed to that.
Try.
I don't know if a thermal sensor would pick anything up, if you got maybe a hot enough day. If
It's
you
gonna
could
be
see a
cold.
temperature change
Yeah.
coming out.
When I went out there, it was cold and I still smelled it.
That
That was last
But
spring.
it's gotta be high, or you see liquid. Um, Even if it's hot, I know it boils at 55 degrees below zero, I think that's what it is, but it's when it comes out, when it's liquid, you'll see liquid leaking, then it'll vapor, and we're not seeing liquid, so it's either gotta be in the vapor head. And it could be the pressure valve is leaking, I mean, we've had that
It looked like,
many times.
yeah, we checked it out and it was tightened last year.
And then they put some pipe dope and stuff around
Yeah,
that valve.
so I don't think that's the
I
issue.
think he's just searching.
You can smell it, I don't know about it.
Yeah,
That sniffer should find it.
Yeah, I agree.
You got a no smoking sign up?
no, we smoked right beside it to change.
Yeah.
That take care of our roof problem. We did that.
Budget problems.
Create a lot of turnover though.
Yeah.
No, that, we gotta figure it out, because I know we're using a lot of gas. And for what we put in for the boilers, we should be using about half.
Yeah.
Especially with the high efficiency, everything now, so.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. Hey Kurt,
I'm hired.
yes, sir. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Meet right there. on the phone junction. And I was, living two things.
You guys heard anything back from the guy that wanted to reuse a trailer court?
No, we did a pay for it.
No, I am not.
That was,
Good shape.
that'd be a good deal if they came in there.
Great deal.
Yeah, so I
I got him on my phone. I can call him and see if it Dale felt. And the
Oh, yeah.
guy that currently owns it isn't easy to deal with.
I was here one meeting when he was here.
He's difficult.
Well, you say that.
Oh, no, was it the guy that got shot in the face? No.
As long as it's his way, it's easy.
You need to buy that.
Buy what?
Trailer park.
I got one.
I know it.
Still getting all the.
Put that one out there.
Yeah.
You know, it would, that's the way I want it.
Yes, we did. Don't do that.
Morning, and then numbers.
Morning.
Did you do this on your own printer?
No,
It's.
I have an issue on my printer.
What it is.
Oh, who line did it come from? That's me. No.
Bang on the wrong person.
Okay, good.
So
Oh,
they terminated some. That's getting phone call last night.
pretty short update, even shorter than normal. Busy month, though, a lot of visits. Part of that is the fact that I went out to the rodeo. Met as many people as I could, hasn't. Nothing's come to fruition from that yet, though. I still hold up hope. Budget goes, last month spent a big chunk and, a spouse that needed help with a burial for a veteran.
And then I've got, an invoice in for World War II grave markers. I'm sure everyone knows, but the Care Center in Morning Sun is shutting down. It's affected 5. 3 of them have already moved to other locations. And the other 2 are still there. They have to be out by October 2nd. Last month I had one that needed assistance with food. No dates yet on fall school. I spoke to the county, the association president, Patty Hammond, who is from, the county she's from is escapes me at this point in time, but, they don't know what they're gonna do as far as teach our, commissioners, up there this year. So I asked yesterday when I was talking to her, do they have to go? I mean, if the agenda comes back and it's crap, because now the state is doing it, not even people that are CVSOs. So if it's not gonna work, do they have to go? Can I just give a couple blocks of instruction? And I was told, yes, there's no requirement for them to attend the training. Todd Jacobus, who is in charge of the IDBA, Iowa Department of Veteran Affairs, is trying to tie their attendance to us getting the $13,000. But there'll be a lot of pushback if he does that. That would save us $1,500 or more.
Every county, and
Yeah.
is there a Zoom? I mean, my gosh.
Yeah, so they can definitely attend,
You can watch it on the
remotely.
computer.
Yeah.
You can do questions and test.
There's no test. It's exposure to Iowa code is what the intent is. Iowa code, chapter 35 for veteran affairs, it's about 8 pages. Most of that are, is the formatting of, law, just the subparagraph. It's very simple, very easy reading. The more, I mean, that is definitely a important part because that dictates how I function, but really the SOPs that the office sets forward is more important than that because that's all derivative. I can do the training, it wouldn't be hard.
But who is the person trying to force everybody to be there in this?
Todd Jacobus is the director of, and I've only heard this one time. It came up yesterday when I tried to find out when is fall school. So that's hearsay as of yet. I mean, but he's the director of Iowa Department of Veteran Affairs. He's retired veteran himself, Iowa National Guard, Colonel, whatever. Nice enough guy. I think if he's doing that, it's misplaced. So. Band, very common month for it. Just one trip, one request. Still going forward with the fall Veterans Appreciation Meal. Nothing's changed there. And then the last month I gave you guys the soldier relief program that I asked for approval to change that policy. Wave top is we would cut back to 1 month. No questions asked, but you're not going to be denied. Second month dependent upon applying for state and federal assistance, and that second month would come if they've applied and if the state or feds are just taking some time. And the third month would be absolute something has failed on their end and they're still waiting. And then also moving that to one-time lifetime. There are Patty Hammond, who's the you know, president of our association, been doing this job for a long time, they need one lifetime award. Because, for instance, if heating, if they apply to LIHEAP, which is LIHEAP sends them a reminder about this time of year, every year. So, hey, you were in it last year, do you need to apply again this year? And what we have is we have people that don't pay attention. They fail to reapply. And people that have no reason to not remember, not follow through. And then they come back to me for more money. When LIHEAP, nothing's changed in their situation, they would be approved again for life. And so it puts the onus back on the individual responsibility, which every one of these people that I'm helping are veterans. They were taught responsibility. So I know that's harsh, sorry. The way it is, it's the way life is.
Tough love.
Tough love. And then that should be all I I do have a note on there about direct public access to the our office, Brian's office, my office, Cindy's office. I would like to put up a sign, a more direct sign. I'm having folks come in and just, they're not vets, they're just coming in, popping in, want to chat, this, that, and the other. Happens to Brian quite a bit as well. I think people are used to being able to just walk down here because this is a public meeting area. And they think that, I mean, with 20 hours a week, I don't have time to chat. And I don't want to be rude. So I think a sign up front would help with that.
And how would you keep that sign where it would conflict with this area here?
It would say that the offices, the BSO office and the emergency management office, please ring the bell and wait for assistance.
Yeah, okay.
If they're attending here,
So it'd be an inside sign.
it would definitely be an inside sign. Right now, we have a sign that's about
I just didn't want to interfere with people.
That size.
Can't come in here.
and people don't dig
I have
in.
no problem with that.
So,
You have a problem with that?
okay.
I just didn't want something outside.
No,
like that.
no.
Just keep.
I would like to put a sign out front.
We can afford to go to this size.
Not any bigger. Can I have like hands?
We can double the size of what we currently have.
But I'd like the sign outside that says, come in, try and get more people to come in.
Yeah.
But
What's the plans on the two? What's the reasons they're not able to find anything yet or more saying?
I'm not sure. I just spoke with them, I spoke with the business manager yesterday to, my question was, when was the drop dead date? She didn't get into their personal reasons. I don't know if it's that they can't find a place yet. I don't know if it's, yeah, I don't know what it is. I know that
Because the longer they wait, the
harder it's gonna be to find a place, yeah. No one likes this answer. It's a great answer, except for distance. Veterans Home, the beautiful facility. It has more than
Marshalltown, right?
Marshalltown. Nobody wants to move to Marshalltown unless they live in Marshalltown.
Beautiful area.
Yeah, and the facility has more to offer than any.
I seen it when they first started. I haven't seen it since they've had it on.
Yeah, their residents complain about too many options of what to do.
That's a
They
good.
drive them to Walmart, they drive them to the casino,
That's
they
good.
take them everywhere else. They
Take
have,
care of them.
yes,
Yeah, but when you've lived here your whole life, this is home.
exactly.
Marshalltown's not home.
It's not. It's not.
I can.
I can understand it as well.
This is where your
Absolutely.
friends, your family are at.
This is where your church is at. This is
Yeah.
where everything else is at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's closing.
Yes,
I just like them to find something quick.
I would too. I have
There was 22 residences that were going to displace, so.
that's what the occupancy was over there. I knew that they had 50 beds.
Yeah, they only had 22.
And I've heard about the business that's taken over. But again, that's hearsay, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
my pleasure.
Okay, I don't think there's any other business we brought in today.
Make a motion to adjourn then.
I'll second that adjourn. Thanks, everybody.